What's going on, everybody? It's Mr. L Live 08 coming to you once again with a quick video, and I just wanted to talk about E3 2013. The big three, Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, they went at it, or did they go at it? Or did Microsoft and Sony just go at it and Nintendo just sit over on the sideline and just laugh at both of them? I think that's the case. I think that's what Nintendo did. Nintendo took themselves out the equation and was like, hey, we'll let you guys go ahead and fight all over this. Who has the best console? Who console has the most power? We'll let you guys fight over that. Here we are over here. We have the games. If you want to play the games, come over to Nintendo booth. If you want to play the games and you want to talk to the developers about the games, come to our booths where you can sit and you can play Super Mario World 3D on the Wii U, where you can play Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U, where you can play Wind Waker HD on the Wii U, and many other games, Super Smash Brothers on the Wii U. You can play those games on there, and many other games. Nintendo had 17 exclusive games where people could come out and play those games at E3. Now, I'm not even counting at Best Buy where you could go play 4 of the games. You can play Super Mario Brothers World, Zelda HD. You could play what was the other two? Super Mario Brothers World, Zelda HD. You could play Luigi's U, and you could play. There was one more game. Oh man, I done went brain dead. I forgot the other game, but you could go and you could play those 4 games, you know, at Best Buy, you know, and every last one of those games, I went all the way to North Charleston. I live in South Carolina. I went all the way to North Charleston, and I went and I played the games. I didn't get a chance to videotape anything because there was a person, well, a representative that was like, no videotaping of, you know, of the games. If you videotape it, we'll have to ask you to erase it. I'm like, oh, is it that serious? But it is what it is. So I didn't videotape none of it. You know, I know people that, you know, snuck in, you know, and did it, but I didn't, you know, out of respect, I didn't do it, you know. So it is what it is. But back to my my topic about Nintendo and E3. Nintendo did something different. They didn't have the conference like how they usually have. What Nintendo did was they focused more on the games. They focused more on the games and people actually putting their hands on the Wii U and getting the understanding of what the unit, you know, is capable of and what it's all about. Which that was a smart move because a lot of people didn't get the just looking at it, you know, on a video. They didn't get a just of it. I want to say this conference, when I first looked at the Nintendo Direct, I wasn't impressed. But as the day progressed and more direct videos came out by, you know, they having the developer showcase and stuff like that, after they started having direct for the individual games, then I started getting the understanding of what Nintendo was doing. Because when I just looked at that direct, I was disappointed because to me it wasn't well put together. It was like, seemed like to me it was thrown together. Like, okay, you know you're gonna be having this direct, you know, on June the 11th. Wouldn't you would have put forth a better effort not to put Pokemon first? You know, I understand a lot of people, you know, want to see Pokemon and want to see, you know, the new information that's coming out with the new Pokemon X and Y. You know, I know people want to see that, but Me personally, off the top, I would have started with Smash Brothers. I would have started with Super Smash Brothers U, Wii U, off the top. And that's what I would have started with. That's what I would have got people hyped with. I wouldn't have saved it to last. I would have put it first. And I would have put Bayonetta 2 last. Because to me, those two games sparked my interest, the most. Me personally, Bayonetta 2, as it looks, Bayonetta 2 looks like the best game at E3. And I'm going to say this again. Bayonetta 2 looks like it's going to be the best game of E3. Not Battlefield 4. Not Killzone. I'm tired of first-person shooters. It's killing. First-person shooters are killing. I mean, they just killing gaming. It's the same old crap. How many times can you shoot a person? Come on. How many times can you use the same weapons in a game? I mean, that's the reason why I like Nintendo. Nintendo is different. You're not going to get first-person shootout, first-person shootout, first-person shootout, first-person shooter. You're not going to get that. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the games that they show in first-person shooter, yeah, they look good. But I'm just saying, how many times can you shoot a person? How many times can you do it? But back to what I was saying. Bayonetta 2, to me, is the best game of E3. Hands down. Graphics, gameplay, character models. That demo that they showed, that E3 trailer that they showed, they should have had the one they showed on IGN, the extended one. That should have been in the direct. That should have been in the direct. Because that trailer, when they showed it, to me, that's the new God of Bayonetta 2 is the new God of War. And it's on a Nintendo product and it's exclusive to the Wii U. You can't play it anywhere else. And if I was Nintendo, I would start hyping that game up. Same thing with Super Smash Bros. And Nintendo, if you really wanted to get the sales going this year, you would have made Smash Brothers available this year. Not next year. Not the year after that. You would have had it available for this year. If you really wanted to get the sales going, if you was really concerned about getting the sales going this year, you would announce Smash Brothers coming out this year in December. It would have been a wrap for Microsoft, a wrap for Sony. It would have been a wrap. All this concern about selling units and selling consoles, that would have been put to bed right there. But I like another article that came out, and I want to say it was Wii U Daily. I don't know if it was Wii U Daily, but it's the producer of the HD Wind Waker. And I'm gonna put the article in the description. I want you guys to read what this guy said. I think his last name is Azuma. He was very forthbringing on what Nintendo needs to do to survive from here on to the future. And I hate to say it, but I think he kind of stepped on a lot of toes. And to me, he's like the number 2 man, that's in charge as far as development, and he's very important. If Miyamoto was to step away right now, he's the number 1 man for development. He's the man that that makes the Zeldas. And I think what he said was on point and the truth. Iwata needs to sit down with him and listen what he has to say, because he was telling the truth, the God honest truth about what Nintendo needs to do from here on. And like I said, Nintendo if you really was concerned about the console sales and why it was so slow, if you would have released Smash Brothers this year, that would have killed all of it. One game would have killed all of it. December to March sales for the Wii U, and from August on, I think they would, from August to December, they would have picked up. But you still have games from August on to December that's gonna sell, you know, pretty good on the Wii U. But I don't think Mario is gonna push it. You know, even with them releasing Mario Kart, you know, in the spring, you still don't have that title that's gonna push it, you know, over the top. You still don't have that title yet that's gonna push it over the top. Retro, what happened to you? I know you made Donkey Kong. But Retro, what happened to you making a new IP? A new IP that showed off the graphics for the Wii U. Not Donkey Kong. I know the reason why you made Donkey Kong, because Donkey Kong outsold everything else, you know, that you guys made. I understand that. But your team is big enough and you have talented people on your team to where you could have made a new IP game and presented to Nintendo. Azuma said this in his article. Back when the Nintendo 64, they wanted to make a dream team. Well, Retro, you have the resources and you have the know-how to make a dream team. You could have made 2 to 3 games and presented them to Nintendo and showed them at the Direct. You could have just made a video. That's all. A vertical slice. That's it. That's all you had to show. That's it. Retro kind of disappointed me. But in the end, like I always said, Nintendo brings the games. And that's what they did. They bought a lot of games. They spread it out, but they bought a lot of games. And I'll be looking forward to next year and seeing, you know, what's going to go on. With Microsoft and Sony, I'm not getting the Xbox One, but I may consider getting a PS4. We'll see how things turn out. But like I always say, you guys leave your comments in the comment section. And like I always say, peace.